coming to the project, so we have done it in Ethereum,
Yes.
and Ethereum uses something called smart contracts that enables you to carry out any kind of transactions and interactions with the blockchain. So we have used Truffle Suite for developing the smart contracts, and Truffle provides a host of tools for smart contract development, testing, and everything. One main thing is that it will also help us fire up a test blockchain where we can test our smart contracts before deploying it to the Ethereum main network. So here, Truffle develop is the command for that. I'll just maximize this console. So Truffle develop is the command that does this thing. So this will right now fire up using the Truffle config.js, the test Ethereum network. So here, as you can see, there are 10 accounts, and for each of those accounts, there are the private keys generated as well. So using this in the front end of our application, we will be connecting the the node of the blockchain. That is, in the supply chain, there will be manufacturers, distributors, suppliers, and retailers. So for each node, we will be matching the account in the front end using these private keys to connect them with these accounts. Also, there is this mnemonic. Using this mnemonic, you can connect any Ethereum wallet application.
Using image recognition. So the main thing we are focusing on here is IR imagery, because there'll be a difference in heat signature between the surviving living humans and the non-living things in the background. This is the demonstration. We have provision for both pre-recorded video as well as a live video. We'll be showing the pre-recorded video now. So as you can see, this is an IR video. The person is not completely visible yet. The main challenge during disasters is that the humans are not completely visible. Most often they're obscured by some buildings or water or some mud or something. So even in such cases, our model can work fine. As you can see, the person is not yet completely visible, but our model will start detecting. They'll be able to check for requests which are pending, which are in progress, and if it's done, what is the status, and you can accept the pending requests and all.
Yeah. So like that video, what you people have shown, it's like it's already existing one, right?
Yeah, ma'am. This is the one we showed, the pre-recorded one. Live video, like it will take time, like because of the shortage of time, we showed you the pre-recorded one, but if you want to see, we can show you the live one.
Yes, ma'am. We've implemented using a live webcam, which will also show the coordinates of where the drone is. So a rescue team can directly go to the location and then pick up the survivors and come back. But since we don't have much time, we can't show it right now.
Fine. See, I have one more doubt. In case the image is occluded, I mean, there is a backend again. If two persons or multiple persons, they like, could your algorithm could able to detect even?
Yes, ma'am. We can detect more than two people actually. We have actually run that model on an instance that we took off a view in a zone.
Everyone, my name is Vignesh and I'm going to be presenting you a project which is based on touchless heartbeat detection and cardiopulmonary modeling. I'm going to take a very little time giving you a brief introduction so that you can transition easily to our project. So why we chose this project? There are many contact-based monitoring systems such as ECG to detect the heart rate, but there comes a certain scenario where a person's skin might be really very sensitive, and those electrodes that doctors use it to detect the heart rate might be corrosive to the skin. So this is where the system comes really handy to those sensitive persons. So this is a framework design. Our software takes two inputs, that is video or a webcam. Once the video or a webcam, we get the any kind of video format is fine. Our software handles it. So there are two kinds of input, that is a video or a webcam. Once this input is given to the software, we basically pre-process it, convert it to frames, we convert it to black scale, we detect the face, we detect the cheekbones, those basic stuff. Once we do all this and we get the face and we map out all the facial features, that's when we truly detect the heart rate. How we detect the heart rate? This heart rate is detected basically based on a theory. All right, the epithelial layer on the skin, aka the skin which is there on the face is the most thinnest part. So when the blood flows through our blood vessels, there's a small minute movement which is not visible to the human eyes, but it can be perceived by the optical devices such as camera and a webcam. So we use this theory to in determining the heart rate, and so far it is really successful. And so to determine the heart rate, we have to amplify this small minute movements, and this amplified movement should be seen in this part of the window. As I said earlier, there are two parts of the input, that is webcam and the video. Right now I'll be showing a video input. I'll just input a video file into my software, and I'll just click on start. Once I start doing this, it's going to detect the face. Once I detect the face, these two rectangle boxes you see here are my region of interest, that is the cheekbone. We are using R Cascade Classifier to detect all these facial features and and fast IC independent component analysis to determine this convex hull region, which what you see here. This convex hull region everywhere right now. We have tested around 50 test cases. And we have gone to the hospital. We even checked it with the ECG, and we even asked doctors for comments on this, and they were really positive. And doctor said we could even do further enhancements to determine the heart rate really soon, because right now it's taking 1 minute, and we are planning to.
And then later we tried it on.
And you told like you contacted some hospital and you are working
Yes,
on
ma'am.
it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will they agree to share their videos or whatever? I mean, pictures and all related to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I asked one of them. They were like, "Yes, we'll do it once the lockdown situation is lifted up." I have few friends. They were like, "Fine, we'll do it." They seemed interesting about it.
Okay. Accuracy can also be a little more, right? Like 76 you are getting, right now?
Yes, ma'am.
It can be improved upon, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. We are actively trying to improve on that. Just because the subjects were really didn't follow the restrictions which we imposed on them, they couldn't send us the proper video. That's the reason. Like they like you saw, some were wearing glasses, some were like really far from the camera. So those situations really affect the heart rate determination.
Okay, fine. And it's a nice work. Good.
Thank you,
Good.
ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yogesh. Our project is about a live seminar for multiple platforms using latest web technologies. The main goal of our application is to eliminate a hardware like a mic, speaker, and media controller, and keep track of all the events that are previously conducted, and never miss an event of the audience, and able to connect the speaker and the audience even after the event. Now I'm showing you a real mobile application demo. User or speaker can log in through their Gmail account or email ID and password. Now I'm logging with a demo email ID password. The application which you are seeing is currently uploaded in AWS and Heroku servers, which uses three main services, like one for media upload services, one for handling the backend request, and one for handling the live audio stream. As you can see, this is the home screen. It's loading. The above card, you can see the list of different events which are the current trending events, and below also you can see there are different events and there are short descriptions. By clicking on any of the events, you will land to the event description page. In this page, you can share the event among different social media, and below you can see date and timings. By clicking on that, you can add your event for your calendar, so that if you register for an event and if you forgot to attend the event, it will notify prior the event starts. And you can see an event short description and contact information regarding the event, and if any event description present. And you can see the hosted by clicking on that. By clicking on that, you will be redirected to the profile page of the event, one who created. If it is you, it will traverse you to the profile page of yourself. Above you can see that name and the blue tick to verify that he is an authenticated user, and below that you can see user ID, a unique user ID. And below him, you can see that followers following, number of events hosted, events registered. By clicking any of the followers following, you can actually follow the host or as well as a different audience of like-minded. If you follow any of the user, if they create a new event, you will get immediate notification regarding what event they had created. And even you can also follow any other users as you interested. And event hosted, it will provide a list of events that you have hosted. You can modify or do any changes in the events that you have hosted.
Pramod sir.
Sir, the students are going to publish a technical paper out of the board?
Yes, sir. We have given an open this one, and this time I think we have around 3 to 4 papers which are published in well-known journals and also in conferences.
Okay, because some of the ideas the department can take up, and for the next batch you can give the
Yes, sir.
modification.
Yes, sir. Correct.
That is what the suggestion is.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We will do that.
And
Thank
so definitely, kudos to you guys. And
Thank you, Shashank.
Yeah. And students also performed very well. They were very active and they were trying their best to answer the questions. And that was something that, there were certain, projects that I was really impressed with as well. And they were making use of hardware, software, everything coming together. So one other thing was, generally concentrating on the kind of business model that they're thinking about, how they are trying to, solve the problem, and what is the kind of tabular system that they have, comparison metrics. So that's one thing that they can definitely improve on. But overall, I think it was a really nice experience for myself, for that matter. And students are doing really well, and I would like to wish them all the best for their future.
Thank you, Shashank.
Presented were really good and difficult to judge which is the best. So I think all the judges have done. It was difficult for them to judge because a lot of hard work, lot of innovation was there by the students. So top 4, congratulations. Remaining, it's very difficult for us to judge. So all the best for the students. Yeah.
Thank you, Manish.
Yeah, hi sir, Vatsala here.
Yeah, please.
It was a great session totally, because we could see different technologies, different things which people have come up with. They have worked on it really very hard. We can see that, and they have answered very well for all the queries which were asked. So as Shashank told, it was a lot of effort put in by all of you. It was a great session overall. Thank you so much for making us a part of it. We are glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And they had put lot of effort to bring the results also very well. And it's good, sir, they have done so many image processing and machine learning, as well as they have used even blockchain technology. So all projects were very nice. It's difficult to judge also, and you are organized very well, sir. It's really, I'm happy for as a part of evaluator. It's
thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
First of all, thanks for organizing this, because given the situation, we thought we'll miss out on most of the final year activities.
Okay.
So even with all the challenges, it's difficult to coordinate, especially for the project coordinators, but we made it happen. So thanks to the department and all the judges for taking time on a weekend.
Thank you, Akshita.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I'm
please.
Anaga from 6M. This was my first project presentation. I hope it was really helpful. Because we got insights about how to move on in the project and how to start a project, and we got new ideas, and it was a good exposure for me. Thanks for organizing this, sir, and inviting all the pre-final year students also.
Thank you. Yes, Vedant.
Sir, this was a really great experience for us, and considering the situation of this COVID and a pandemic, I think this is really challenging for us to coordinate with our team and with our guides. And yes. I think our guides made it, and you guys made it, and kudos to you. Thank you guys. Thank you teachers and HOD, and especially everyone who's judging us today. I think they have taken a really great. I hope they have taken a really great decision today and making it possible. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vedanta.